culture for the rest of the year is going to be a little bit dry, I'd say. I mean, because there's not a whole lot of big things going on. Doctor Who obviously isn't on. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is pretty much bone dry of any new news, like, because we had, San Diego Comic Con and the D23 Expo. You know, we had all that. And because the summer movie season has ended, there's not a whole lot of other movies or TV shows, or even TV shows, that I'm overly fussed with. So, what can we do? Comic books. I've just started getting into them, and it'll kind of live up to the banner on my YouTube art, because I've done movies, done TV. What's next on that? Comic books. So I'm going to be starting off with a DC story, and that is Green Arrow Year 1, released in 2006 or 7, I think. So this comic book tells the origin story of the Emerald Archer Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. So if you didn't know, Oliver Queen, he's this businessman who doesn't really do much with his life. He's really rich, but he doesn't do anything. Like, he drinks a lot, he's a womanizer, you know, he has all of the money in the world, yet he does nothing with it. And there's this really nice line near the beginning of the graphic novel where one of the characters who he's close with, but turns out to be one of the villains of the story, says something along the lines of, "There's this empty hole inside of you, it's never going to be fulfilled." That, I think, is a really good line. I think it is brought up sporadically through the graphic novel. However, his life changes when, through circumstances which I won't spoil, he gets stranded on a desert island where he has nothing. No one is on this island that he knows of. No food, no clean water. He literally has to, like, fend for himself. And that's the main focus of the graphic novel. It's about this jumped up little rich kid learning to survive in the wild and becoming the better man. And that, I genuinely think, is amazing. It's an amazing arc for his character. And then throughout the comic, you see him in various stages of surviving. You see him trying to find food. You see him make his bow and arrow, and that's really cool stuff to see. However, he discovers that he's not alone on this island, and that there are a group of mercenaries and arms dealers who have slaves there. Now, if there's one thing I could criticise this graphic novel about, is that the villains are pretty forgettable. Obviously, they're not going to be on the level of the Joker or Thanos or Mr. Freeze or the Penguin or Lex Luthor or any of those guys. But they could have been a bit better, I feel. And they are very forgettable and disposable. However, why I don't necessarily think it's overly awful is because the whole point of them is to be part of Oliver's character arc, and not necessarily to be iconic. And they're more for Oliver as a character, and so are the slaves, but they're actually very good, especially this one who the book focuses on. They're pregnant, and they've been helping Oliver. He actually gives them the name Green Arrow, which I found quite nice. And at the end, she gives birth, and she calls her baby Queen, which is, quite a nice, touching moment. The artwork in this book is amazing. I mean, there's some really nice, kind of double pages. Like this one here of the island. It looks lovely. And then there's some really other lovely ones, like when Oliver is fighting. There's this, where is it? One where he shoots a plane down here. This image is really cool, I think. And I love the art, and it also captures brutal realism of survival, like when he's trying to survive or when people get killed with the arrows. It shows a decent amount of blood. Not overboard, but just enough to show that, yes, this is very real. This very well could happen to anybody. Now, there's one thing that's a bit jarring about the artwork, is that it's not necessarily the artwork itself, but certain shots are a bit weirdly colour graded. Like, for one shot, one panel could be normal coloured, then the next panel could be, I don't know, purple, and then the next would be green. It's a bit odd. It's a bit like not enough consistency in those aspects. So overall, I think this is a really good book, It's only 6 parts, so it's not too long, You don't really need to know much because it doesn't bombard you with loads of comic book lore. It's a really nice way to get into comics, and it's a great 9 out of 10, I'd give it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like, subscribe, comment. Did you enjoy the video? Obviously say in the comments. And it's Clark the Geek, signing out. Ta-ra. Why do they call it DC Comics? Like, DC literally stands for Detective Comics. So it's Detective Comics Comics. Try saying that 12 times when you're drunk.